All right. We got voicemails, Ian.
We do.
Where'd you go, Ian?
Yeah, this is all you, man.
Anchor.fm/the CU podcast. You go.
You're the voicemail boy.
I'm the voicemail boy.
You're the voicemail boy.
I kind of resent that, but okay. Here's the first one.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Phil Bow, aka Phil Bowser. So from your recent Amico videos, I know you mentioned the Ouya, and as an original backer, 8 years ago, just wanted to come out in support of it. I think it got a lot of hate, but looking at the landscape nowadays, I think it was very underrated. You literally could run any Android APK on it to see if it works from your phone. Oh. You could run RetroArch up to PS1 perfectly, and it even had its own custom fork of XBMC.
That's interesting. A lot of Ouya love out there.
I mean, I imagine it's probably fun to, hack, and I mean, you can probably do a lot with it because it's an Android box.
Play your Android games on a TV.
Up to a certain point, anyways.
Yeah. There's nothing against it. The thing about the Ouya was like...
No, I mean, I didn't buy an Ouya because I didn't want, mobile games, but like there was nothing wrong with the concept. I understood it. I just didn't think there was a huge market for it.
No, because at that point, smartphone prices were starting to come way down as well. So that sort of like killed off the need. And I think a lot of people realize that like mobile quality in terms of like aesthetics and complexity, people like playing them on a mobile device.
They fit their device.
There's not like a lot of Breath of the Wilds on my iPhone that I could. I mean, like it doesn't. Though there is that cat simulator game that is open world cat game. There is a cat simulator game.
Oh,
look that up. That's a big game.
Hey guys, Dustin from Georgia here.
Georgia.
I was wondering what other video games would make good long-form TV shows like The Witcher. What are your thoughts? And Ian,
oh Jesus,
what's the best pasta noodle? Thanks, guys. See ya.
The wagon wheel, whatever that was called.
I really like. What is it called? Shit. I know it. It's the spiral, but not the normal spiral. It's the like loopy spiral.
Loopy spiral, not the spring. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have to figure out.
Is it like a fatter one? It's like a weirder sprongier
yes,
one?
And like I love this pasta. I ask for it by name all the time, and now I can't
ask for it by name.
I can't.
Yeah, technically, all these pasta shapes have a name.
Yes.
Like the wagon wheel has a name. I don't know what the hell it is. We always call it the wagon wheel.
The wagon wheel has one that's like spokes or something.
Yeah, like a rigatoni's. Rigatoni's.
So fusilli is the normal spiral. That's not.
Okay.
That's cavatapi.
Cavatapi.
Pasta.
Okay. Well, how about this other question? TV shows, video game TV shows. What do you think could work besides The Witcher?
I don't know. You're on that one, man.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm busy looking up pasta.
They're doing a Halo series on Paramount Plus, I believe, right?
It's cavatapi.
They're doing that. Look up the fat noodle with the ridges. What the hell that one's always called?
The fat nude with the ridges?
Fat noodle, not fat
I know,
nude.
but like
with the ridges. Yeah.
Is it round?
It's a noodle with the ridges. It's a tube.
A tube.
It's a fat, shorter rigatoni. You know what rigatoni is, right?
Yeah.
Rigatoni is the standard.
No, Pat, I have no idea what a rigatoni is.
Well, I don't know. Look up that one real quick. I'm TV shows. I don't know. I'm blanking on because I'll talk about pasta. I'm sorry.
He totally threw us off.
Throw us off about TV shows. How about Double Dragon the series? That'd be Ian's favorite one.
Gross.
Gross. How about River City Ransom the series?
That would
make more sense, right?
Yep.
The gals and girls.
Especially because they're bringing everything in. There's all sorts of stuff.
There's all high school rivalries and stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like that. Next one.
Hey guys, Lelanders here from Canada. I tried out Pat's and the CU Podcast patron, and I give them both a big thumbs up. CU Podcast patron takes the top as my favorite, though. Ian's writing is really good. Do you think we will see lawsuits coming from sour Amico investors? And could this end up being the ultimate failed console documentary?
The check's in the mail for pushing the Patreon.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
Will there be lawsuits? There's definitely going to be a documentary, I think, at some point. there would be lawsuits if the investors, I guess, could claim some fraudulent things that happened or statements, or the government can go after them if they deem that there was enough fraudulent things and it's on their radar. Absolutely.
It's all starting to sound a little conspiracy. I don't think any of them see any repercussions.
Well, they definitely said fraudulent things.
Sure,
For sure. We talked about that.
I don't think any.
But it's whether or not the government thinks it's worth their time to go after.
Sure.
That's the thing. You still looking up that noodle?
Yeah, I can't find it, so I'm giving up.
When they make a documentary about the Intellivision Amico, who is going to play Tommy Tallarico?
Well, if he was 25 years younger, Joe Pesci. Same stature, same sort of attitude, Italian American. Hey, I read about Joe Pesci. Very fascinating character. He wanted to really be a musician.
Yeah,
he was part of the Jersey Boys crew way back in the 60s, and he was always part of the band, Frankie Valli and all those guys. Did not know that. Or he could have been a mobster. They could have went one or the other. Oh, good thing he turned into a great actor.
Oh yeah, hey Pat, hey Ian, this is Josh again. Pat, I was thinking about visiting San Diego during the summertime, and I was just wondering, if I paid you a pretty good sum of money, would you be my personal tour guide and maybe wine and dine me and show me everything there is to see in San Diego? Thanks, guys.
Sounds like the next line of that was going to be like the soles of your feet.
Josh, I don't know if there's enough money in your bank account.
I'm saying no for Pat.
Thank you, Ian, for having my back there.
You're welcome.
Well, once you get to wine and dine, I'm no longer a tour guide. I'm an escort.
That sounds like a person who wants feet pics.
which has been happening lately. Which I haven't brought that up. Next year.
Hello, Patrick. Hello, Ian. This is Will out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This question is primarily for Pat. Pat!
Too much energy.
You're on a hot date.
Was it with Josh?
Mentioned to your lady friend that you've got a large gaming collection back at your place.
Nope.
She says she's not much of a gamer, but she would love to go back and play some games with you. You get one shot to win her heart. What game do you choose to play together?
Work on the timing.
I was going to say, there's a lot of pauses, and he kind of sounded like Mark Bustler from Classic Game Room. If you kind of twisted your ear a little bit, oh, interesting.
It's a fine voice, but yeah, work on the timing.
One game to impress. And this used to happen at the Garden Apartments in Jersey because I had my games out front. They weren't sequestered like they are now at Castle Country. And it used to be like, well, I played the Wii. Played the Wii a couple times, or let's play Duck.
Cocaine Jimmy's 16-bit blowbang.
The one game that the ladies would always talk about is, I remember Duck Hunt or Mario or things like that. Those are the ones that then I say, well, technically you can't play Duck Hunt on the good old Olivia LCD.
And then they fall asleep.
Yeah, I try to explain why.
Science.
And then, yeah.
Let me pull out this document that explains it.
We'll pull up the Clan of the Grey Wolf video that explains why it doesn't work. That's also an article in a certain NES guidebook.
It sure is.
It sure is. You're sure so tired of the book.
Sure is.
Hey, this is Gage from New Mexico. Quick question for Ian. Did you ever find yourself trying to persuade parents from buying certain kid-oriented games just based off quality? Lately, I've been buying my niece some Switch cards, and I usually sit down with her to look at the games on the eShop channel. And it seems like most of the games that are oriented toward kids are just pure, absolute garbage, just worthless pieces of information.
Worthless piece of information. Did you try to dissuade parents?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, as time went on, I stopped. Parents don't necessarily want to be told that. They just want to buy the thing that their kid wants, and they want to leave. They might know that it's going to be shitty. They just, they're like, okay, my kid right now is being a pain in the ass, and this has Spangbab on it, so...
Spangbab?
Spangbab.
Spangbab.
Spangbab SquarePants, and I'm going to buy it. But parents who would ask, and there were parents who would ask, I would always be like, you definitely want to... My rule of thumb for a long time was always, if it's licensed, you don't want it, generally. The games that really changed that, though, for me were the Lego games. I'm glad the Lego games exist, because even though Look, if you're an adult, they're fun. They're fun games,
Oh, yeah.
especially to play with someone else. But if you've played, one, you've kind of played them all at a certain point, especially if you've played a level-based one and an open world one, whatever. However, it's a great library of games to like be able to direct a parent to and be like, you can buy pretty much anything here, and it's going to be good. So if they like Marvel or Jurassic Park or
Batman,
The Hobbit, or Batman or any of that, just Star Wars, just buy it. And your kids will like it.
Hi, Pat and Ian, longtime fan. I love you guys so much, I'm going to let you in on a ground floor of your remarkable investment opportunity.
Oh, shit.
A sealed, never-opened Amico warehouse. This thing is mint. In fact, the eviction notice on the door is so fresh you can rub some ink off on your fingers even. Collecting sealed games is so passé. The future is collecting sealed buildings. Also, just because I love you guys so much, buyers of the sealed Amico warehouse will also get what I call a NFT, or not fucking Tommy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sealed buildings, huh?
Excuse me, what is it?
A sealed building.
Boarded up. That actually, no, because that's Nick's warehouse, supposedly. That it was.
That's right, yeah.
Or Nick owned that. That was the CFO, which
That's
is
what
weird.
I heard.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is Jackson from Baltimore. I've been recording my podcast, Two Consoles Too Late, on Anchor for a year now.
That's actually funny.
I broadcast weekly, and I keep my subjects to movies and retro gaming. And I was wondering if you had any advice for early podcasters to expand their following. I love the show. Have a good one.
It's a tough one. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. A podcast more than anything else has to be organically spread. There's no algorithm. There's no consolidated podcast platform that recommends things to everyone like YouTube does. You can't like search for a topic and if something comes up, you can search for like genres and things, but not specific topics, I think. So like, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all I can really say, and I don't mean this to be discouraging, but is just keep at it, and hopefully you get some listeners that have audiences that they can recommend it to. There's no guarantee that if Pat and I would have started this podcast 3 years ago instead of nearly 9 years ago that it would have ever taken off, because things like retro gaming and movies are popular podcast topics.
Yeah, and we had the advantage. I had about 80,000 YouTube subscribers to market the podcast to when we first started. If I didn't have that, it was just nothing.
Well, definitely a combination of that and the fact that it was just earlier.
It was earlier on.
It was earlier on, and there weren't a lot of video game and
they were all
related podcasts.
at the time. I remember us saying, like, in terms of independent podcasts that were gaming, there was only a few.
Mm-hmm.
They were all like GameSpot, IGN, whatever other ones, not defunct, that was around almost 10 years ago. There was a lot of them that were corporate ones. And we used to hit the top 10. We were the only like non-corporate one, probably us and like Retronauts, I guess, that were like hitting up there. Now there's a billion podcasts, So
I would just say that if it's you're not looking to make it your main source of income, and I don't think anyone
do it for
should.
fun.
Just do it for fun, as long as you're having fun, enjoy yourself. I mean, it's a good time.
I mean, if you happen to get someone like a dice seller as a sponsor eventually, that's great.
Yeah,
Fruity and Dice. Do a couple more here.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Pete from Staten Island, D Machado on Twitter.
Staten Island.
Let's assume for a moment that the Intellivision Amico actually comes out one day and actually ends up in stores like Walmart. When these things inevitably go on bargain basement prices before they head to the dumpster, how much would you be willing to pay for one? $5, $10, $20? That's a pretty cheap investment for a display piece for your living room.
Get a shot in me, and I'd probably do it for 50 max.
50, you need a shot?
Yeah. I mean,
drop some acid.
In all honesty, if and at this point, this topic is changing so much, just like on a week to week basis. 2 months ago, I might have told you maybe they'd ship something out eventually. Now we're never going to see anything. But if it were to ship with like 6 half finished games, 2 controllers, in a fancy box. Sure, for a display piece,
just to laugh at it
after it's in clearance, and I'm no longer giving them really any money.
I see it would be the new convention toy that we all play with when we were drinking one night with me, you, Norm.
Yes, we all just hook it up and get a
We try to play their bastardized version of cornhole with those terrible controllers that'll probably break down after a month.
It becomes
and a half.
the cornhole machine.
The cornhole machine, which don't Google that probably.
No, probably don't do that.
You don't want to Google the cornhole machine.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do a couple more.
Sure.
You want to check in with someone?
Yeah, let's check in with someone.
Okay. Well, we got actually 2 people to check in with first.
All right.
Here's the first.
Hey guys, it's Andrew from Ukraine. Thank you for your words of support. My heart is very full. Me and my family are safe. We live in western part of country. I am mostly involved in humanitarian activities, supporting army and refugees. This is very surreal, like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, when a bad guy invades peaceful country just for sake of invading. I am sure that soon war will end, and I will fly to US and will meet you guys on Expo, and Pat will sign certain NES guidebook for me, and Ian will sign best NES game ever made, Silent Service. Again, thank you for your support. And to all who listen, don't take your freedom for granted. Generations have been fighting for it, as my country does now. Bye, guys.
Here, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew.
Give him heck there.
That was great.
Well, you're
Thank
public
you for
humanitarian.
checking in.
Just to put a sort of, capstone on that, because that's really the only I don't really know anyone in the Ukraine besides good old Andrew who has voicemailed us about 5-6 times in the past. And it's just like when you're so separated by, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 miles, it kind of doesn't put in perspective. But this is a person now in this country helping out the country's fighting for survival.
Yeah.
Russia's plans were leaked. They wanted to take over the entire country. It wasn't this bullshit cleaning out neo-Nazis or some bullshit. They wanted to take over the entire country. That was their goal, or is their goal still. That's what they plan to do. That's it. So good on you, Andrew. I hope that this gets resolved more sooner than later. Russia's pretty much backed into its own corner. They've been isolated. So at some point, hopefully someone on their side steps in and fucking says to Putin, this is fucking enough. This is ruining our country, our economy, and we look like assholes to everyone else. More so, but you hope that happens. You hope that happens and it doesn't escalate anymore. All right, one more person to check in on here.
Hi, Pat. How are you? Tom's not talking to anyone right now, so I'm calling instead. This is a friend of his who's been working at Nintendo for some time. I believe he's mentioned me. But, my English is not very good, so I found someone to dub my voice for this call. I hope you don't mind. I've been watching everything that's been going on between you guys, and oh my, you're both obviously very angry, hurtful, vituperative. And, of course, I like Tom, and I like you. I like your friend there. I believe Tom calls him the long-haired dude. But, I think the only way to move past it all is one of you needs to be the big guy. And I don't know how tall you are, but I don't think that's Tom. Oh, I am bad. Yes, sometimes I can be a real rascal. Anyway, live long and prosper.
Okay, so it seems like Shiggy got George Takei to do the dub. Is that
what it was? Yeah.
That's the
all right.
Like that's the conceit on that one.
So Shigsy's checking in.
Shigsy.
Miyamoto-san.
That fucking there's so many ridiculous things about this whole story. But the outrageous claims such as I'm friends with Miyamoto-san, that would probably make the top 10 most ridiculous things about this, just the claims like that.
Phrases like, whenever I'm around Miyamoto-san, I'm always asking.
Yeah, we're doing shots every Friday.
Stuff that sounds like it maybe makes sense when you say it, but when you really think about it, it's just like so whenever you get around this person, you just ask him about Mario and video. That's not how friendships and stuff work.
He's not friends with them. That's the point. He's not friends with them.
I know, but it's whatever.
that's like saying whenever I'm around I'm around Tom Hanks and we talk about acting and it's like, no, I don't know the person. Even if I met him once, I can't call him my friend.
Yeah.